You're deep in the prehistoric wilderness. The wind is cold, the ground is uneven, and every shadow feels like a threat. Suddenly, you hear a low growl, followed by the unmistakable sound of claws scraping against the stone. You freeze, because you know exactly what that sound means. A saber-toothed tiger is close. Now, how do you survive this terrifying predator that once ruled the earth? 10,000 years ago, you're living in a world where survival is a daily battle, not just with the elements, but with creatures you can't even begin to comprehend. And one of the deadliest of them all is the saber-toothed tiger. Its enormous fangs and powerful build make a nightmare for any human unlucky enough to cross its path. But don't panic yet, because, believe it or not, there are ways to survive this deadly encounter. And today, we're going to break it down step by step. The saber-toothed tiger, or Smilodon, was one of the most fearsome predators of the Ice Age. With teeth over 7 inches long and a muscular, powerful body, it could take down prey much larger than itself, often with a single, deadly strike to the neck. These predators weren't just scavengers. They were hunters with skill set designed specifically for one thing: taking down large prey like bison, camels, and yes, even humans. But here's the real kicker. The saber-toothed tiger's method of attack was all about the surprise. They weren't fast like modern-day lions, but they had something far more terrifying: stealth and raw power. All right, let's say you find yourself in a situation where the saber-toothed tiger has already picked you as its target. What's your first move? Your heart is racing, but panic won't help. Take deep breaths and remember, it's not about outspeeding the tiger, it's about outsmarting it. The saber-tooth isn't chasing you down like a cheetah. It's waiting to strike at the right moment. If it hasn't attacked yet, use the opportunity to look for cover. Your best option is to stay low to the ground. Move slowly, avoid making noise, and keep your eyes on the tiger's movements. If you're able to find shelter, climb high into the trees, or find a rock wall. Anything that can give you some protection from this incredibly strong animal. The key here is not to make yourself an easy target. If you can't find cover, you'll need to fight the natural instinct to run. Running would only make you a more appealing target. The saber-tooth is incredibly fast for short bursts of speed, and if it gets a grip on you, it can overpower you with ease. Instead, focus on putting as much distance as you can between yourself and the predator, while still staying low to the ground. But what if the tiger is charging at you right now? In that case, it's all about using what you have at hand to defend yourself. Look around. Are there any sharp rocks, sticks, or other objects that could serve as weapons? A spear made from a long branch or a sharp stone could give you a fighting chance. If you're armed, aim for the tiger's throat or eyes. Those are the most vulnerable parts. The goal isn't to kill the tiger, it's to make it retreat long enough for you to escape. If you don't have a weapon, use any advantage you can get. Yell as loudly as possible. Make yourself seem bigger by waving your arms or holding a large object above your head. The tiger may hesitate, thinking you're a greater threat than it originally thought. Any hesitation on its part could be enough to buy you a moment of freedom. Now, let's say you've somehow managed to survive the initial encounter, but this doesn't mean you're safe yet. Your next priority is survival in the long term. If you've been injured, whether by claws or teeth, your wounds need to be treated immediately. You don't have access to modern medicine, so you'll need to rely on what the prehistoric world offers. Stop any bleeding as best as you can, and use natural materials like leaves or animal hides to bind wounds. Infection is a serious risk, so you need to keep an eye on any injuries. Next, you'll need to find water and food. Water is your top priority. Without it, you won't survive for long. Once you've secured a safe location, start searching for clean water sources like streams or rivers. You'll also need food to keep your energy up, and remember, you'll have to rely on whatever's around you: small game, fruits, and plants. But stay cautious. Some plant and animals could be dangerous. Find shelter, ideally somewhere high up or hidden away from predators. A rock formation or a tree could be the perfect spot to avoid any future encounters with not just saber-toothed tigers, but other large predators. If you're in an open area, make sure to cover yourself as best as possible with branches or animal skins. Now, while you're recovering, It's important to realize that survival wasn't just about fending off deadly predators. Early humans were skilled at outwitting these apex predators. Through teamwork, clever tactics, and their ability to think critically, they survive encounters with these terrifying creatures. Surviving an attack from a saber-toothed tiger is no small feat, but with the right mindset and strategy, it's possible. But remember, this is just one of many extreme survival situations you could face. What if your next challenge is even more dangerous? Click here to watch our video on surviving a shark attack.